Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. It is episode 18, and today we have Cruzbot here. Welcome. I hope your day's going
Thank you,
amazing.
thank you. It's going great. Last week was awesome. Had a little Thanksgiving vacay.
Heck yeah.
Ate some turkey, played an event, hung out with the family.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
about you? How was your vacation?
My vacation was great. To start off my vacation, I had 20 people over for Thanksgiving. Oh my god, it was so much people.
Very nice.
So much people.
Respectable number.
Yeah, yeah, but like for like a decently sized like small house, like we pretty much almost didn't have enough chairs. Like we were pulling chairs from like all over the house to like put
Mm,
at the table, and then like there was a lot of
that sounds fun
food.
though.
Yeah, ate a lot of food. It was fun. Right after, I had to go
Me
to bed at
too.
like really early because the next day, oh, it was later in the day, but I woke up early, got ready. I had a anime convention that I went to, Fan Expo SF. Very fun event.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
I love anime expos. I go to
Yes,
Anime
so fun.
Expo in LA every year, and it's
Oh, the big
amazing.
one.
It's a great
Yeah, yeah,
experience.
yeah.
Yes, I recommend everybody at least try it once. It might not be for you, but if you do enjoy it, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Fan Expo SF is a newer convention or event. This is the second time they've hosted it. So the next year will be the third time.
Oh, very cool. So it's relatively new.
Yeah, relatively new event. Very, very fun. Yeah, I
Sweet.
had a great time. I met some celebrities.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, some celebrities I'll list off was Sarah Cheney, the voice of Ash Ketchum. Very cool.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I met Richard Horvitz, the voice actor for Moxie and Hell of a Boss.
Oh, you met Moxie?
I met Moxie. I gotta meet Moxie.
Oh, I'm jealous. So jealous. I love Hell of a Boss. I can't wait for Has Been Hotel.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I also met Brandon Rogers, the voice actor of Blitz, though.
What? Oh my God. The O's silent.
The O is silent. It's Blitz.
Yeah, no, I love those characters. Oh my God, Moxie especially. Isn't that the same voice actor as? Oh my God, I'm trying to think. Or
Richard Horvitz did
it's
a lot of
Moxie and Millie.
stuff.
Moxie did Invader Zim. I thought was his
Yeah,
voice.
yeah. That's also his voice. Yeah.
Yes, love Invader Zim as well.
Heck yeah.
Childhood
Heck yeah.
dreams, memories.
Have you seen Spy Family?
You know what? I've been meaning to catch up on that one, and I have not.
Okay, but you've seen some of it a little.
I know about Anya and her
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
and their backgrounds, so a little bit of this and that from about it.
All I gotta say, your forger, the mother, one of the most hot,
Hmm.
baddest bitches moms in all of anime.
Oh, I believe it. At
Yeah,
Anime Expo, there was tons of cosplays of her.
yeah.
Like everywhere you looked, Yor was there.
Also, I met the English VA for yours. That was really cool.
Wow, got them all knocked out on once, huh? I love
Yep.
voice actors too, by the way.
Yeah, and I just talked to them. Like you could just go up to their booth and talk to them. So for 20 minutes, like in the morning before I had some panels to go to, me and my friend just went to Brandon Rogers' booth and just talked about Hell of a Boss, and it was so cool.
Oh, lucky you. Did they give you any kind of insight on Has Been at all?
Not any insight, but they're all very excited for it. Like I think everyone's excited for House.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I actually heard they changed some of the voice actors though for the Netflix version. Some changes good, some changes I'm a little sad about.
Yeah, yeah. Still very excited for that. I went to a lot of panels.
Hmm.
Some
Hmm.
panels that I went to a lot on Friday were mostly cosplay panels because I want to learn how to make cosplays, and I'm very excited for that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, like learning to sew,
It's
just
a
the
great thing to get
outfitting.
into.
Yeah.
I do follow a lot of cosplayers as well, and I've actually supported a cosplayer once. I was taking pictures of her, and it was pretty awesome. It was a good experience. It's wild to see how many people actually come up to you to the cosplayers, and they want to see what you've done and compliment the creativity of it. Even cosplayers who have been doing it for a while still like they respect the work ethic. No matter if you're just getting into it or not. It's a cool ass thing. So.
But it's
Okay.
such a cool craft. you know, and it's something I would just want to get into for the experience. And I would want to enter like a
Yeah.
cosplay cup or something. Maybe the big one in LA. Like I can enter the cosplay competition.
Ooh, definitely, definitely. There's always potential there for cosplays. I mean, so many different characters.
Have you ever seen the show RWBY? It's a very kind of, it has a fandom. It's out of the way.
RWBY?
Yeah, RWBY RWBY.
Yes, I have.
Guess what? The character I'm going to be cosplaying is Weiss Schnee from RWBY. That's who I'm going to be cosplaying.
Weiss. Oh,
Yeah.
that's very sick. That's a
Yeah.
really good character. I like the yellow one.
Yang. Yes.
Yes. She's a baddie for sure.
Oh yeah, half the people that like Yang want her to step on them.
Yeah, that sounds believable.
She's such a tomboy, but she's such a good character.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I dig her gun gauntlet thing she has.
Yeah,
on.
it's a
So
very
cool.
interesting type of
Kinda
weapon.
like-
She fights punching, but it's like gun bullets, but
Explosions.
it's like explosions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, very unique. I love her character design and the idea behind the show. I also follow the people who create the music for the intros and whatnot.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't think of their names right now.
So
but
good. Oh
the
my
music
god.
for RWBY is fantastic.
Soundtrack goes hard. The second opening, in my opinion, is the best. The second one is really good.
I think I do like that one too.
Yeah.
I think that is the one I prefer. The second.
I like
opening.
all of them, but the second one goes the hardest, honestly.
Oh, definitely.
Also, I will put a disclaimer here. We are going to talk a little bit about RWBY. There is spoilers. I will put a timestamp to when we're not talking about RWBY. Don't want to get spoiled. Go watch it. 1, 2, 3 slaps. But we're gonna talk about RWBY now. Oh my god, they killed the baddest bitch in the show. Oh my, I'm so mad about that.
Is that when she used the silver eye technique, right?
They killed Pyrrha, bro. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah. That's where I actually stopped watching it because I was a little upset myself. So
Bro,
I did not catch
why?
the anime, and I haven't seen since then. But I was a little upset because I loved her, even though she was,
she's such a good character. But
bad.
they do this every time. They kill the baddest bitch in the anime. They do this every time.
Well, sometimes you're just too bad. You're just too
she
bad.
was too
you gotta
powerful.
Go.
No, but do you know the real reason why they killed off Pyrrha? Here's the theory. Pyrrha had a thing for Zhang, right? Zhang's not allowed to have bitches.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Zhang is not allowed to have bitches. And to this day, he still does not get bitches.
I wonder what he did to deserve that.
He didn't deserve it, but after the chat to Zhang, he doesn't get women.
Well, they're gonna have to change the writing for him. I think he deserves somebody.
Eventually, right? Eventually. Come on. It's been 9 seasons now and he doesn't have a girlfriend.
Well, there's plenty of girls out there in the RWBY universe, so maybe one will come around his way.
Honestly, I'd be very surprised for the Weiss and Zhang shit. Because, she doesn't like him.
Yeah, she's pretty solo. She's like a solo type of character. I mean, even though she works with the group and all, I mean, even her origins are very, centered around her.
She's very I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, even though she does team up, and the team ups are always great.
Yeah, her character development after 3 a little bit, even partially through 2 and 3 has gotten better. She is nicer, but the qualities that make Weiss is that she is bossy, she is bitchy, she is a tsundere. She's the only one too. But that's what makes Weiss. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to be number 2. I'm into the tsundere, so that's got to be.
Weiss is one of my favorite characters, and I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. Weiss is great.
I support that.
Honestly, it has to go Weiss. RWBY and Gang are tied. They're just too good of characters. Third place.
RWBY, I love RWBY, and I love how she's kind of the center of the whole thing. But she's definitely got some growing to do as a character.
She does. Yeah, I do like how she is the youngest character among the cast in the show, but she is one of the most badass in the entire show.
Definitely. Yeah. She's a threat for sure. That's the right thing. I don't know much about it, but I know that
with the sight, she's a threat. Just her technique, it's really good. Yeah. Also, who does not agree that her weapon is just legendary? It's a scythe that can transform into a sniper rifle. It's so cool.
Yeah, she's giving me God Eater vibes. It's a UFO table anime where they also use giant weapons that do transformations too. And yeah, she gives me that vibe. I mean, anybody who can walk around with a weapon that's twice their size has to be pretty badass.
Yeah, and she uses the like gun part of the weapon to like literally like fly around and like move really fast. Like that is just crazy cool. Also, Yang's motorbike is just cool. I don't know, it's like a really cool motorcycle.
Yeah, she's my favorite for multiple reasons. That's
Yeah.
one of them.
Is it partially because she gets angry whenever and she gets the red eyes and she's kind of cute and like yeah
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Definitely. You got me there.
She kind of gets a little cute when she's mad, a tiny bit, a little bit.
Well, they all.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't want to be on the under end of those fists though, getting punched by one of those.
Oh no, no. Well, I mean, I guess if I had to.
Okay, going into the next thing I want to talk about. How'd you kind of find the music scene?
Well, as far as this music scene goes, I got a headset about a year ago now, almost to the day. And prior to going into it, I had a musical background. I was in bands growing up. I, was around music at an early age all the time. And, I'm more of like a rock metal person, but
Yeah, yeah.
I've always had a soft spot for electronic music. So, I came on here knowing that there is a community around clubbing and whatnot. And I was curious myself to see what it was after seeing a video doc of Shelter, actually. It's one on YouTube that's pretty cool. Shows some guy wearing a Quest for his first time. He's normally into the nightlife of Los Angeles, and he went to go check it out. And I was intrigued right away, and so I had to get a taste of it myself. Put the headset on, went straight to Club Orion. That was my first club I ever went to. I think it's most people's first club. And yeah, I instantly like loved it. I loved dancing. I loved the people there. They were all vibing, having a good time. Nobody was holding back. Everybody was just kind of like
Jamming out.
they're living their best life per se. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and it was intoxicating for sure. I had to have some of that some way or somehow. So I decided to pick up DJing. It seemed like that was like the easiest way to kind of like get into the scene and play some events and whatnot. So yeah, that's how I started, and it bloomed into something completely. I did not expect it would get this far or be this way. I went into it just doing it for friends and for a good time. And seems like it's kind of, turned into like not just a hobby, but a thing I look forward to, on most weeks.
Yeah, of course, of course. And honestly, kind of like I talked with Brohammer and Giggle, I think the Quest compatible scene at some point is gonna even grow bigger than the PC clubbing scene at some point. Like, there's so much Quest users just outnumber the amount of PC users. Once we just get this out there
That's
and
for
do
sure.
more, do more collabs with the PC worlds and just get everything kind of meshed together and just everything kind of more and more optimized for Quest compatible clubbing, even in the future, Quest compatible clubbing is gonna skyrocket and that market's gonna be immense. Like everyone's gonna want to DJ. There's gonna be more DJs. People are gonna get inspired. It's gonna be such a big space. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. The only thing limiting us right now really is world capacity.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that once that builds higher to higher numbers, hundreds, you can have hundreds of people now in worlds, and the worlds, become more detailed. Quest becomes, Quest 4, and PC
More
worlds now can
powerful.
be
Yeah.
accessed. Yeah, PC worlds that were exclusive to PC players can now be accessed by Quest users, which I have of those that I'm ready to just, play at all of them once they can be, viewed by Quest users as well. So that's, I'm sure it's bound to just get bigger and bigger, and yeah, I don't see anything really stopping it at all, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. And I'm very excited to see where the clubbing and music scene goes in VR chat. Cause I feel like with everything though, like I just want to say this in general. Most people don't expect to find something, like even voice actors, like Ash Ketchum's voice actor, just in general, most people just stumble
Mhm.
into everything. Like I full on stumbled into the music scene in VR chat. You've heard the story before. To sum it up real quick, I met Miyu at a Great Pug one night, like my second week. That same Friday, her status was listening to DJ Wildebeest, and I joined off Miyu, and that's how I met the entire crew here. So I basically stumbled right into the club scene.
I did hear that on your last interview you had, and I was thinking something similar happened to me. I did see Miyu a lot around with her saying that listening to DJ Wylda at the time. But when I stumbled into this, it was kind of it's a funny story. Have a friend Nanami here, and we used to kind of go around, sneak into clubs, and kind of wait for the club to kind of die out. You know, when there's no more DJs playing,
Okay, okay.
and I would I would glitch into the stage area. And then I would just start playing and pick it up from there. Nobody kind of noticed at first
Oh,
until one time I did it, and and Brohammer was actually there, and that's how I met Brohammer and even got into the QCC community. Is one time we just kind of snuck up on stage, started DJing, and he happened to be listening, and he thought it was pretty good, and he asked if I wanted to join the community as a DJ, and from there on, I didn't have to sneak onto stages anymore. I was able
heck
to play
yeah.
events.
No, that's funny though. That's funny though. It's like Cruz is a rebel. It's like I want to play some sneaks onto the stage, takes over. It's like
When I first started, I didn't know how to, go about joining communities. I knew there were communities, but I didn't know like where do you go for the Discord link? Is it like by invite only? So that's kind of how I
yeah, yeah.
did it. I was just wandering around.
That's what I thought too. Like I know some like clubs and stuff or like, 18 plus clubs, other clubs are invite only. So I was like, oh, the whole clubbing scene in VR chat. I'm like, oh, that's exclusive, right? My process was like,
That's what
oh,
I thought too.
that's exclusive. That's like invite only. All the events. Like I didn't bother with it.
Yeah, that's the idea I had too. I'm glad that I did stumble into that venue that one day and play because otherwise, it wouldn't have. I don't think it would have gone this far. If I joined another community or met different people, I'm not sure. But it seems like as soon as I met Brohammer and the crew and everything kind of just came together. Wylda was one of the first DJs I seen play as well. There was like a handful of DJs that kind of like inspired me to even like start getting into it. And I remember him from way back when at the Club Penguin. We were talking about it earlier,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was like the first place I seen him, and it was a great time. It's always a great time when he plays. I was just like, I have to get in on this. I have to, play some events and meet some people, and keep that vibe going because I really do honestly love it so much.
Another thing I'm kind of really interested about, you play music, you play techno, you kind of do what Wilda does, you play all around, you love just music in general. Have you ever thought of like
Absolutely.
the future maybe kind of like doing original songs or like by Cruzbot with like vocals and like, like mixing and kind of that whole.
Well, I did release 2 tracks recently on my
Okay, okay.
SoundCloud. I use samples to make them, but they're original tracks by me. I mean, I didn't
Yeah,
use
yeah.
any kind of guideline for them. But those are the first 2 EDM songs I've attempted making, and I had a really good time with it. I do plan on making more. As far as my vocals, I'm not sure. I don't consider myself a great singer, but I
This
mean,
is what
I
we
can
have
also
autotune
sample,
for.
different things. I know, of course. No, I could definitely sample things and use my voice as an instrument in different ways, or for sure. But definitely going to be making more music, electronic music in general, in the
Oh, I'm
future.
excited for that.
I Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you ever get a chance, go ahead and check those couple tracks out. But I do have a lot of other music on there that is stuff I've recorded in the past. I used to produce different bands, and we all used to collaborate and do
Mhm.
different kind of music. It's a little bit more rock and metal based, but there's vibey stuff in there for sure. We used to have a vocalist. His name is Gabe Lopez. Actually, he's a fantastic vocalist. He's still doing amazing things. And yeah, no, definitely, I would like to work again with like people like him and even new EDM producers. Collaborate. I know IC. He's mentioned he wants to collaborate on a song with me, so we're probably
Heck
going to get
yeah.
that going pretty soon here.
Honestly, something I'm really looking forward to, maybe as like, I'm not sure if Sami's like said anything about this publicly, but like Wilda and Sami might do like a full album of like original songs to get like with them. those two at one point, and that'd be
Oh yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
Like
they
a
could.
full album, yeah, like a
Oh, they
full
could.
album together. Like that'd be amazing.
Oh, absolutely. No, I know they've been talking for a while. They've actually already collabed a few times, and
Yeah, yeah.
to great results for sure. I love hearing those guys. Their music is very unique to
Oh,
them, and then Icy just is like a
mhm.
producer of many sounds. So
Yep, yep. But the one thing I'm really excited for, like, I'm a Wylda enjoyer. I think this is very well known. I love Wildebeest. Wildebeest is great. Once Wylda
absolutely.
drops that original like full album, Wildebeest album, we got to get satellites on there. We got to get some new one. I'm excited for that. Yeah,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, especially hearing him. We've heard him sing before throughout his
he's
live
so
sets, but it
good.
was really nice to
He's so
finally hear him
good.
on like his
Yeah.
own track and and something he wrote. And can't wait to hear more of those. To be honest, hopefully me and him could collaborate in the future as well.
Honestly, yeah, no, that one event at Brohammer's party too, birthday party, where he did that special thing at the beginning with the that was
Oh yes.
so cool.
Yes, yes. So he did a Sleep Token cover. It's a band me and him share love for. That's in the proggy metal type of stuff we listen to on the side there, other than our DJing. But yeah, great band. He did them justice. He was showing me too, like clips of that before he premiered it. He was doing like practice covers. He was asking me, what do you think? And I told him to just slay it, and he did.
And honestly, I'm still working toward this, but I really want to make it happen. Hey, Miyu, if you're watching this, we're getting you on. We're getting you on the podcast at one point. We're making it happen. We're
Yes,
making it. We
please. We
got.
need a
We got.
Miyu episode.
We
Definitely.
need a Miyu episode. It'd be iconic. Yeah.
I need the origins.
The origins of the Miyu.
Definitely. Oh, it was always cool to see Miyu dancing around. I actually remember a couple times that I'm when I first got in the community and was a little bit more shy and wasn't really talking to too many people at the time. Miyu was always very like, let's go. They would like gesture for me to come out to the dance floor and kind of dance and stuff. And because I do enjoy dancing too here in VR chat. I would love to get full body eventually and
Heck
do that whole
yeah.
thing. Um, but yeah, Muse, the creator of Vibes, the vibe maker per se.
The vibe woman, the vibe she literally is the wife of the party, and she's never said a single word, which is
Not one
insane.
word, which is it shows that actions speak much louder.
Miyu is just a legend. And like I know she said she's not comfortable with doing a podcast, but honestly, I think we'll make it happen at some point. At some point, we're definitely gonna do something.
This just takes some extra convincing.
Yeah, hey, like we got it. We like I think it'd be amazing. Like here's my plan. Here's my plan.
Me too.
So
Me too.
usually, I figured out how I do like a mute kind of podcast episode. I'd be talking normally like this. I would have the camera zoomed out a little more, so and like have chat box settings and stuff. But yeah, just have chat box settings and then have that show up, and yeah, it'd be pretty good, pretty normal, and
That
yeah,
could work. I think that
yeah,
could work totally.
yeah, like pretty, like cut out pauses between chat box and like, I think it'd be pretty good. And yeah, the first episode I would want to do that with is my friend Ginger Biscuit, legend. I think you might have seen them around. Very energetic
I
mutes.
probably have.
Yeah, probably. But they're coming out with their own Quest game, and it's super exciting. And it's
Wow.
coming out on Quest and Steam. So I'll definitely let you know when it's out on Steam, and we'll play it. Yeah.
Do we have a name? Are we able to say
Grind
the
Force.
name, or is it still
Grind
top
Force.
secret?
Yeah.
Grind Force.
The shooter.
What?
Shooter
I'm gonna look
VR
into
game.
that. Excellent. That's pretty awesome. A game developer there. Huh.
Yep. So yeah, that's kind of my plan on the bridge gateway for mutes on my podcast. That was kind of my plan when they released their game. So I think once that happens, I think Mew's gonna change her mind, and I'm like, we're gonna.
I think we can get Mew on here.
I honestly just want this to be like a gateway for just people just to like chill and just talk. Like just talking with people and like hearing people's stories, how they got into the art chat, how they found their passions, how just all that is fun to me.
No, it's a great outlet. I mean, a lot of people have great stories, and once again, like I said, like with Mew's origin, I got to know. But there's so many other people I've met on here that have just as amazing stories of their first time on VR chat and their first time at the QCC, or maybe at one of the events that we've held.
Yeah.
Definitely some great memories have been made here, and I look forward to many more of those.
Of course. And the one person I do want to have on eventually, on very busy person, Keebs. We need to get Keebs on here.
Oh, Keebs actually just released something today, and I seen him talking with
Heck
somebody,
yeah.
and that was interesting. Yeah, no, it Keebs has got a good story as well. You know, he was VR chat and events like a whole year prior to me joining the QCC, I believe. But you know, for shots and pots and whatnot, which I eventually I ran into them and played events with them as well. And Keebs, great DJ as well. Keebs knows how to throw it down just as good as the rest of them. Always great listening to him and his. I believe it's his uncle who plays sometimes too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing as well. Really good events with shots and pots, especially that last collab there on Sunday. That was fantastic.
But honestly, like the music theme in general, or just music in general, is so powerful of how it can just bring people together and connect people through just all sorts of genres.
Oh yeah, no, that's I mean the main reason most people come into VR chat and go to a club event is for the music. You know, the interactions are the plus and the extra part that you know you get to enjoy with each other. But really, everybody I know who's come to these events, they're just here to vibe, listen to some tunes, and enjoy it. You know, and that's really beautiful because it feels like maybe out of you know this community and out of VR chat in general, people sometimes forget about that. You know, they forget about just enjoying the music and about that. And in here, it's different. It's kind of all we have is to see what we see and hear what we hear. You know, it's a more visceral kind of thing. And yeah, it feels really connected in a way. Like you said, it's powerful. And I can't help but say, like like I said, I enjoy every time I come in on here and to see an event or play an event. It's
Just
always
to
a good
hang out
time.
with people. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, just among this point of like, I don't think anyone, just one person hates music. They always have that one tune or that one song or that one genre that they like. Like, I don't think any one person in the world full on just like, I dislike music. I don't like listening to anything. Like, someone has always that one thing
Well,
they like.
if there are those people, luckily I haven't met them.
Yeah, yeah, me neither,
I
me
honestly
neither.
think there's got to be a you know like music is such a you know open language to people.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's got to be something someone likes and they're gonna find in here. You know, some DJ is gonna be playing a song that resonates with somebody out there, and they're gonna fall in love all over again with the song. You know.
Or like even a remix that might reconnect someone with that song.
Exactly, exactly. Well, in that case, could connect two different people with the, you know, the two different likings of both songs, brings them together. It's the best thing about, I think, remixes is kind
Yeah.
of the collabs and makes something that wasn't there before into something fantastic or vibey, you know?
That's the one thing I found in VR chat too that really brought me in deeper, like into the rabbit hole of music, is remixes go hard. And I never listened to
Hmm.
remixes before
Hmm.
VR chat at all. I just listened to the original song, like never remixes.
You know what? I find myself in a similar situation before I even started DJing. I would most of the time just listen to the original song. And if I heard a remix, it was because I, you know, heard a DJ play it live or something. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I wasn't ever really seeking a remix, you know? Like, what are the possibilities? Kind of questioning what could be put together. And now, you know, as a DJ, I find that that's like, you know, a really good something like something in the pocket. You know, you want to bring out a
Yeah,
really cool
yeah.
remix, throw it out there, and surprise people. You know, like I said, it's cool to hear different music from different genres being mashed up sometimes.
Or a way to like switch it up. Like someone's expecting that song, but then they like throw something out there that's like completely different what they expected, and they're like, wait, this is actually really good. Like,
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's I've heard Wylda play some really sick remixes recently, actually.
yeah, when that man gets into it, oh my god, like when he even gets like warmed up, like he just like go full blast, like he oh my god, it's great.
Yeah, it's electric for sure. He's been doing it for a while, and he definitely deserves any kind of praise he gets. You know, he knows what he's doing behind the decks for sure.
Heck yeah. And then also some like kind of I wouldn't say newer, but newer to the VR scene at least. Like Niko, one of our friends, pretty new to the QCC community, pretty new to VR chat. All in. Nico's
I
only
think
been
I might have
here.
met Niko.
Yeah, Nico's only been here for maybe like 2, 3 months, but they have a DJing background and they love music and they
Fresh
kind of came
face.
in here. Yeah, they kind of came in here like, oh, I want to DJ, and then when they met me, I was like, well, I'm the right person, and I connected them with like everyone. with like
Be like, I got a
QCC.
spot for you.
Yeah, like I just threw them headfirst into the music scene, and they never left.
Yeah, that's the best part about VR chat is it's very open. You know, like even for me to just come in and start DJing, I've never had anybody be like, no, you can't, or stop, no, don't. You don't know what you're talking about. Everyone's usually pretty accepting, even for people who have come in and haven't DJed or want to start picking it up. Everybody's pretty supportive. They're like, yeah, do it. It's do what you can, get the equipment you need, and plug right in, and we'll be here waiting to listen to you. So
Heck yeah.
that's another thing I really appreciate about the community. They're just open arms all the time.
Yeah, the only thing for me that like why I'm not DJing, I feel like I love music and I love learning new skills, but for me it's the time. Like I'm very busy doing this, and then I work on the
Hmm.
weekends, and then I have school coming up too. So like for me it's really just time and money. On like that's why I'm not doing it.
It is
Yeah.
a time investment kind of thing, because you need that time to build skill and technique
Yeah,
and
yeah.
learn new things and hone that, and get it down. So definitely there's time involved. However, I feel like you don't have to be the best DJ to still have fun in here. You can download a program, maybe get some music together and just mess around, and it's an experience that you could still have. You don't have to be the greatest at. There's
Yeah, of
all
course.
kinds of skill levels when it comes to DJing.
Even with that, I feel like I just want to be that person that vibes out to some music, be like, hey guys, can I play some music? Get like a banger playlist, hang out in a pub, put on
Yes,
some
yes. That's
music.
how it starts.
Yeah, we're all
That's how it all
dancing.
starts. I promise
Yeah.
you. Hey, give it a try. You never know. You might find something you like about it, and then you might be able to find some more time to put towards it. And like I said, it's kind of addicting, in my opinion, to even like I said,
It's
be
like a high you're
be
chasing.
here
Like once
playing music
you
for people.
find
And,
DJing,
well, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like you just keep finding new things, keep finding new creative
It's
things that you
it's the
want to chase.
vibe. You're chasing the
Yeah.
vibe. You're
Yeah,
chasing the
yeah.
creation of the vibe. You're chasing that like arc of it of the night. When everybody's at their peak of their whatever their energy and how their night's been going. And yeah, I can see myself also. That's one thing that draws me in about it is you're constantly chasing that feeling again. That excitement of it.
Yeah, like it's just music is that thing for people, and honestly really taking a right turn, but like going back into like anime stuff a little. Do you have a top 5?
Oh yeah.
Um
Okay. So
yeah,
I've
like
been a long-term anime fan, and I easily could tell you a top three. I would say
okay,
Fooly Cooly
hit me.
is my number
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Evangelion, the entire
Oh,
series, including the
yes.
movies and
Yeah.
everything in between, is number two. Also, both were made by Gainax at the time. And then eventually other studios made the movies. But as a third, it wouldn't be a series; it would be the movie Akira, and
Yes.
that movie is definitely impacted my anime taste, what I feel and know about it, the fact that I like go into, the artists and directors and storyboarders and all that just to find out like how is something like this created,
Yeah.
if I had to give you a 4 and 5, maybe I'd put Chainsaw Man in there too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I just like the wildness of it and the
The
how it doesn't hold back.
wildness,
And
the art style, how creative it is, how unique of a story it is
oh
too.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful and also disturbing and also a little bit graphic, but it's also funny and it has all those elements that Fooly Cooly kind of nailed for me back in the day, and so that's why I hold it pretty high tier for me. Number 4 or 5, and I'm not sure which one it sits, but I know people are probably going to be like, "Well, what's your favorite, popular anime like Naruto, Bleach, what you
Oh,
want,
like
Attack
big
on
3,
Titan?"
like main. Yeah.
The big three, One Piece, and which is funny because it's really hard to say. At one point, I didn't care for One Piece, and now I'm a One Piece stan. And just because I finally
Okay.
took the time to check it out, and
Same.
it is a great story. So it's hard to
Same.
put it up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. One Piece, I was like, I'm never gonna get into One Piece. Me, the first thing that like
That's
ever,
what I always said.
yeah, first sprouted something for me was like, okay, live One Piece live action comes out. Let's shit on the One Piece live action. Watches the whole One Piece live action. Yo, that shit was
And it's
good.
great. It
Yo,
was
I was,
great.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was like,
I
that's
was
very
surprised
well
myself.
done. I was like, what the hell? Best live action I've ever seen. I was like, well, shit.
For as far as anime goes, they have done a few, and not all
Yeah.
of them have been very great.
Yeah.
But this one was a banger for sure. They definitely captured the essence of the characters, especially Luffy. Even
Oh,
the
yes.
the main
Yes.
voice actor for Luffy and
And Naoki
the
Godoy did
creator of
amazing.
Luffy,
He
Oda.
really embodies
Yeah,
Luffy.
no, he's
Yeah.
fantastic. You can tell he really truly loves the character, and that's what I appreciate about it.
Yeah, also Zoro, Sanji, just all the characters kind of like in their own way really embodied the character so well.
They all look so great too. They're just great looking people.
Hey, Sanji's actor is kind of attractive.
Yo, he is ripped. Have you
Like
seen him
actually,
like out
yes,
of like his Sanji
yes.
outfit? He's ripped.
And how he was like so dedicated. Like he took like classes on cooking, like professional cooking.
On cooking, yes.
Yeah, and other
yeah.
classes to help him get ready for the film, and that's just dedication.
Yeah, it is. It is, and you can tell all the actors really do care for the characters and what makes them, them, the characters
Yeah.
in general.
One other thing for me that got me into One Piece was the music on just clips and stuff I've heard. The soundtrack goes hard. Oh my god, Ado! I've been a fan of Ado's for a while, but Ado did most of the songs.
Me too.
Yeah, Ado did most of the songs in One Piece film Red. Oh my god, those songs go so hard. Oh my!
I saw that movie in IMAX like 3 times because it was an experience to behold. I hope that I get to go to Japan and see Auto play one time live in my life. Hopefully,
like an Ado live performance. I want to. That'd be
yes.
so cool.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
there are some she's done recently, and she's a relatively new artist herself. She's discovered
21
from YouTube
years
as well,
old.
and yeah, she's young and she sounds amazing, and she's probably only gonna get better as age goes by.
Yep,
So
the amount of talent. Like she's pretty much my age, but the amount of talent behind like an artist like that.
it's bursting out. It's almost like she couldn't found, the fact that they just, got her to do all the music, well, at least as far as the singing goes, and some of the songwriting for all of Film Red is an achievement, coming from you were just a singer on YouTube doing your own music, and now you're a part of this franchise that's
one of the biggest
worldwide.
franchises. And I'm glad she got that opportunity
It's
because
incredible.
everyone loves One Piece, but then to get that attention to be like, I did these songs for the film, but then to bring that audience and be like, I also have my own stuff, and then just she really needed that spotlight because like she's just so talented.
Oh, she deserved it, and she got it, and now she's, like, I've seen a couple clips of some of her live performances in Japan, and man, if you think she sounds good on the recordings, you should hear her live because it's bone chilling when she starts hitting that like kind of growly voice that she does. It's fantastic.
It's so iconic too. But also the funny stuff is with Ado is seeing her react to her own live recording performances. I've seen clips. It's so funny because she's just dying of cringe watching herself perform live, and it's so funny.
Yeah, she actually when she does perform live, she's always shrouded in like shadow. She doesn't really want to show herself as much as maybe another artist would. That's kind of what makes her feel more comfortable. But I think that is kind of what her lore is that she's, she has this character design that's like that they made for her. As far as we know, she's an anime girl. She's just
but she's
happens to be a really sick singer.
Yeah, but like even when she just puts herself out there, like when she's performing live, she's getting out of her comfort zone, but it's very good that she's doing that for herself. Yeah.
She has her own way of going about it, but I feel like that either way that takes tons of courage. I mean, she went from, like I said, just doing music by herself in her room playing arenas, and that's a huge transition.
Yeah. Do you know what that story reminds me of? Like a lot from like going from a recording booth in your room, just doing your own thing, recording YouTube. This literally reminds me of the Bocchi the Rock storyline. Actually, though, like Bocchi's so nervous. So
I haven't seen Bocchi the Rock, but it's good.
It's pretty much that. Like so nervous of a character, really wants to be in a band, put herself out there. But that's pretty much the Bocchi the Rock storyline of like she's so nervous, but she puts herself out there finally. just like Ato's like just recording in a room, doing that, and then putting yourself out there with that talent, and then like getting out of your comfort zone. That's like amazing.
Yeah, I think I can speak for all DJs and performers and all kind when I say that it's a struggle for sure to put yourself out there in any kind of form and way. Definitely, I've always had a little bit of nervousness with that. You know, you never know what people are going to say. You don't know how they're going to react and how you're going to react from that. But I find that in VR chat, it's been really easy, at least enough to get up there and start, and everybody seems very
Yeah, yeah.
welcoming to whatever you're doing. I've seen dancers, performers,
Oh, that's a
people who
whole
do
nother thing
comedy
too.
skits.
Yeah.
You know, it's wild. I mean, it's a platform for anybody to do any kind of performance,
Improv.
you know,
Yeah,
really.
improv, all that sort of
Improv.
stuff.
Yeah, it's great. I do enjoy that people are finding a place for their talent and their outlet, you know, that they need, because everybody deserves that. To be honest, like that's usually what separates people from getting heard at all, is just getting on a platform or having somewhere to show their talents and perform for people. And I feel like VR chat's been giving that to a lot of creators out there, and it's fortunate because we're going to get a lot of new talent out there because of this.
Yep.
New
And
DJs are gonna
yeah.
start here
Hmm.
and play out
Yeah.
in the open eventually.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, look at Wylda's already. He just performed at a place not too long ago,
Yeah, I
and
heard he did a live
that's
thing.
awesome. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I hear all the stories a little bit off topic of like how my parents are like, "Oh, I used to go to clubs when I was in college, back like in the city," or like all my parents are like, "I used to go to clubs. I used to listen to this early like techno house stuff," and all this. Like they tell me their stories about it. Yeah,
I've also heard similar stories, and kudos to them for being able to experience all that. I heard it was a great time. I mean, it was a different time back then. Like I said, people were probably more connected to music at that
I feel
time.
like people cared a little more. I wouldn't say cared a little more, but it was like a different
And
time.
before phones, cell
Yeah,
phones, and
yeah, internet. Yeah,
it was more attention to it. Nowadays we have so many things in our bubble. There's so many distractions in the world, and sometimes we forget to just sit and hear and listen to the music. When we go to these festivals and whatnot, you see a lot of phones out, and some people aren't even paying attention.
yeah, yeah.
But I like I said, at that time when there wasn't any of that distraction there, yeah, they probably did just kind of vibe out a lot and just do kind of what we do now and here.
Of course.
It's not that we don't have distractions; it's that we're more engaged, by having our
It's
vision,
immersive.
in this
We get
headset.
trapped in
It's
the
immersive,
scene.
exactly.
Yeah, like it's like I
That's
feel like
exactly it.
it brings a lot of that original vibe of like you just get immersed into the experience, immersed into the music, which is very important.
Oh yeah, it's paramount. No, it's what's needed for this kind of community to thrive, and it's thriving for sure. Like you said, there's really only nowhere to go but up.
Pretty much, yeah. And that really just is amazing because the amount of people that will get inspired off that. Like that want to be more creative, want to put themselves out there, want to get out of their comfort zone. There's just gonna be more and more and more people that will want to do more creative things.
Definitely, it's a big kind of like inspiration recycle wheel, because somebody will inspire me. I'll maybe inspire someone else. They'll eventually inspire one of their friends, and it just keeps going. It's like a
It's just an
snowball effect.
infinite
It's just
like
going to keep
creative
building.
loop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is, and that's, like I said, that's what I found most fascinating about like doing anything creative here in VR chat, is that like I said, it's so much more. I feel like people are more accepting, maybe because they're immersed in this world and they're more freely open with who they are. All kinds of avatars and
feel more
personalities.
comfortable with
And
themselves.
so,
Yeah,
exactly. No, I
feel more
even find
comfortable.
myself feeling the same way.
Yeah, like in this
And
space. Like I feel like people often it's a good gateway, like we said, because people often don't like what they look like sometimes, or everyone I feel like is lying to themselves if you're not insecure with one thing about yourself, right? But that yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah. But yeah, it's just like you can go into VR chat and you can edit, like for example, I have my own avatar now, like just anything to
I like that avatar, by the way. I
yeah,
don't think I've seen
yeah,
that one before.
yeah, this is my new one.
Very nice, very nice. I love the like circuitry you have going on there. It's all colorful.
Yeah. It's very cool. I like it.
Sweet. Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
the shark tail.
yeah, we still
Don't show
got that.
Brohammer that. He's gonna go shark mode. He's gonna go shark mode.
Brohammer's just gonna nom everyone's head again. Swear.
I love that part of the night though when he goes shark mode and he
When
just starts
he's just
floating around
like
everywhere.
when he's just like absolutely out of it, but then like totally in the moment, just like everyone shark mode now,
Yeah.
everyone clone this now, now.
Yeah, those are some of the best times for sure. Absolutely.
Speaking of like VR too, like the future of VR is just very fun to talk about, but like where we're going, because even with the Quest 2 and 3 and Valve Index and even like Nothia, the wireless adapter for the Index, that's just the start.
Oh yeah, we're still
Where are we going?
at the very
You know?
cusp of
Yeah.
our discovery of like VR technology. Like it's still very, I wouldn't say primitive, it's coming out of the primitive state, but we're at the early ages still because headsets are still finding their footing. Quest is the most available one, but there's tons of other different types of
Yeah,
headsets
and one of the
that
best wireless
suit
options
other people's needs.
currently.
Yeah.
Currently.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. As far as wireless goes, yeah, that's a great way. I mean, we're probably going to be moving more forward towards wireless headsets in the future,
I
it
think
seems,
so.
and that's going to be very cool.
Yeah, the reason why I think so is because what Nothia said, the company, they want to like get the Nothia wireless adapter as small as possible and as good as possible to where they want to put that in other headsets, which I feel like they're going to be such a big turning point in VR to where every headset that will release somewhat in the future will be hooked up with some sort of Nothia in the headset. So it's just fully wireless anyway.
Yeah, I can see that happening for sure because the wire is really the only thing that holds you back from being completely like fully immersed. It feels like. I mean, besides the full body trackers, of course, the combination of all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
not having to be tethered is definitely like the experience.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm gonna finally experience what good full body tracking is because actually by like mid-December or like towards like the end of December, I just got base stations in, but I'm waiting on trackers. So yeah, I will have full body
Nice.
tracking, and honestly, that experience
You
for
are
me,
almost there.
yeah, it'll be amazing because that I feel like that one thing that's holding everyone back from being fully immersed in VR and immersed in a world is look down at your legs and they're not moving. But that's the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I want full body too as well.
Yeah, you
I
you
could
look
really
down at
use
them
some
and
leg
it's like
movements.
move.
Yeah, it takes you out of it just a tiny bit, It kind of reminds you that you're not fully in here quite yet. But hopefully we'll get eventually towards closer to the
Yeah.
dive function of like Sword Art Online. Where we
Honestly,
can
I
just,
think we're still like at
close
least
our eyes and go
20,
in.
yeah, 20 years out maybe. Maybe 15 to 20 years out from
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
We're out of it, but with the way things are going, yeah, there's definitely
Who knows?
going to be
Technology
some kind
might
of integration
accelerate
eventually.
faster. Who knows? Yeah.
It could very well do that.
I mean, let's be honest here, in literally 10 years, 10, 15 years, the iPhone got to where it was to now. So, and that I'd say was a fast acceleration. Imagine that for a phone, but for VR.
Absolutely.
Like that amount of development, you know? Yeah.
Well, just in 2016, I happened to attend a E3 for once ever. It was a Sunday at E3, and I tried the first Oculus model that weekend.
Heck
And
yeah.
even from 2016, it's come such a long ways. I remember putting that thing on and being like, "Whoa, this is kind of disorienting, but it's cool." I was like, I definitely could see this being a thing in the future, and then the future came like in a few
Yeah,
years,
no,
and
and
then
then
I was like,
literally
oh, I
like
gotta get me a headset.
yeah,
So
no, literally like what was it? Like 2016, 3 years later, the Valve Index and the Oculus One came out. Just 3 years later too.
yep.
And that jump was
And the index
insane.
is still kicking too. I mean,
Yeah, 4
everybody
years later.
mostly who's on
Yeah.
PC still uses the index like regularly, and it's a
People
great
still
headset.
swear
I
by
mean, I
it.
can't wait for
Yeah.
what they have next.
The only thing
I've never tried one, but
Mhm.
I could probably guarantee it's probably the best PC headset as far as like
there's only one thing that
rounded out,
holds it back though.
goes.
the one thing that
The
holds the Valve
resolution?
Index back, yes, it's the resolution. The resolution's the
Yep.
one thing that holds it back to this day. Like the resolution and the pixel per eye on the Valve Index is the only thing that holds it back. But other than that,
Yeah,
it's so great.
it's a little dated.
Yeah,
That's
1400
why
or
I actually got the
yeah.
yeah.
The G2?
I think you got the
Yeah,
specs.
yeah.
Yes, that's exactly why I got the
So
G2. I
the
really
G2
wanted
is
it to be high
2500 by
fidelity.
25. So no, 2520 by
Yes,
2520.
yeah, it's
Which is very good.
basically more or less 4K.
Very
Yeah,
good. Like the optics, even Thrillseeker,
yeah, you
everyone's
definitely have
pretty
to have
much
a good
said it.
computer to run it.
That's tried it. Said the G2's optics are one of the best. Yeah.
They're great. I'm still impressed by some of the worlds I see in here. I've never really been let down by it either. It's been very reliable. I know some people have problems with the cable or something, but
There's
I've
only
always
one
kept my
thing.
cable tethered to the roof, and it's been good. Oh,
The
the
G-
controllers?
Yeah, the controllers are ass.
You're telling me.
That
That's
is the
literally
one
my only
thing.
gripe. I've been wanting index controllers for a long time, but every time I go to buy them, they're sold out. And then when they're back,
Yeah.
I just can't buy them at that time. And then I go
Yeah.
look, and then they're sold out again. And so yeah, it's a horrible loop of
So yeah, honestly, here's the thing.
sadness.
So here's the thing I recommend: secure base stations first. So that's what I did. I was like Black Friday. I'm like I'm going for it. I'm securing 2 base stations.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
That's a really good idea.
I just secured 2 base stations, and I was like, I'll get trackers in December. I was like, I just need the base stations secured, and then I did that. Yeah, it's just kind of that situation for me. But the only reason why I stick with Quest currently is because it's the best wireless solution. I have a camera mount on my headset for a Vive tracker so I could be
That's
fully
very cool.
wireless, full body tracking. Like I think it's the best you can get.
Love that. Oh, I have seen some full body Quest users be wireless and dancing, and yeah, they're all over the place. It's really cool to see them kind of just bounce around.
Yeah,
and,
once you go
and
wireless,
do their dance moves, and
it's just overpowering.
it's incredible for sure. Yeah, I want to feel that full body experience eventually.
You will never be able to go back. Like I will say that once you see your legs move in the virtual, that is the one thing to where you would just never be able to go back because you won't be able to unsee it.
Well, there was a point even that I like hesitated getting into the headset in general because I felt like, oh man, I'm gonna get sucked into this. I'm never gonna want to take it off. And I have to admit that my first few months in VR, I was on it all the time.
You're trapped here now.
That's okay. I'm fine.
How much hours
do you have? If I have to be trapped here, I
game?
guess I would. I just hit 700.
Oh, okay. Guess what?
Not too bad for a year. Not too bad for my first year.
I'm gonna out myself.
All right, tell him what you got.
It's almost been a full year. January 2nd is my anniversary for VR. I have 2,300 hours.
So just a little around. Oh,
2,300.
Well, that's a lot for a whole year.
That's way too.
I was like, hey, you've got it on around a similar time I have, so you must have a similar number.
No, I'm trapped. I'm trapped here.
It's okay. It's not a bad place to be trapped, to be honest. I mean, sometimes certain days I prefer it to reality. You know.
Yeah. I mean, as Thrillseeker once said, with full body tracking, hey, you might be broke, you might work at McDonald's, but I have booze and alcohol tonight, and I'm chilling. So, and Vive trackers.
Yeah.
I have booze, Vive trackers, and alcohol tonight. I'm chilling. Even though my tire's flat, I work at McDonald's. I have no money, but I have alcohol, Vive trackers, and a VR headset. So I'm chill.
So many worlds to explore. Potentials are endless.
Yeah, I mean that's not as far from the truth as it seems, right? It's like, hey, my reality might be fucked up, but I got this reality to be in.
Well, I have met a few people who, kind of escape their troubled reality to come in here and have a good time with others. And I'm not saying, escapism is, a great thing. I mean, you see it in a lot of different animes and stuff, and how it's portrayed as like, escapism's not something you want to be about. But however, I don't object to people coming in here to find some sort of relief from their everyday lives, yeah, exactly. Just something to get the edge off, and maybe, like you said, be somebody who they normally aren't in here. Be social, or wear an avatar and embody that. I know a lot of people who like consider their avatar like their that's how they look.
I consider this to be me. That's why I got a custom avatar, because I would say it's kind of freaky on how accurate this is to my actual what I look like. Like Yeah,
That's cool.
I'm
That's really
very
sick.
comfortable with it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have heard of people getting avatars designed to, be as similar as they can to their measurements and their quirks and whatnot. And it's really cool to see that in VR chat, people being like, fully embracing the whole entire thing. Not just being immersed, but embracing who they are in here and owning it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that's the one thing on why I'm getting Vive trackers because I want the best of the best. I want laser tracking, but honestly, for this second job, I call it, doing videos in VR and just partying and whatever, it will be such a big upgrade on immersion and just it's gonna be
Absolutely.
amazing.
Well, if you like to dance, it's definitely the number one thing you want to
To this
achieve.
day, I am all over the place.
I
I
know,
need
for
this.
sure.
I need.
I do as well. I do as well. So I hopefully we'll meet on the dance floor when we have full body
Oh, we are
next
gonna meet
year. I
someone
hope
else on the dance floor.
sometime early next year.
Yeah.
Oh, Mia.
We're meeting Miyu. We are meeting that woman on the dance floor. You ready now?
Let's go. Let's go. I can't wait for her to create all the stars in the sky again.
Yeah, we have to get Wylda to create a song about Miyu and for her to be there at its release at a DJ set.
It could be kind of like, ABBA's Dancing Queen or something.
We need to get Wylda to create an original song about Miyu with vocals and not tell and have it be maybe a surprise thing, but have that
A little secret amongst the community until
you
it's
know, among the
released, and then
QCC, yeah. But then have her
I
show
get it, I
up
get it, I
at
get it.
that event, and then the first song that plays is for her, and it.
That'd be pretty sweet. Wylda, you heard it. Get on it.
Let's go, Wylda. I think he'd be down too. I think that'd just be magical because Miyu, I feel like, is Wilda's biggest fan.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
I know, life things do just happen. No one likes life things. We have to work. I'm grinding out extra time. I'm working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I work from 12 to 6 p.m. on Friday. Then the next 2 days, right? I have 2 9-hour shifts. I'm grinding out hours.
Oh, you're going at it.
I'm grinding.
You're going at it for
I'm
sure.
grinding.
Make sure to get some rest, though. Make sure to get that rest.
Yeah. I'm grinding, but I need that money because I'm
I get it.
Yeah, I'm that desperate.
Have you looked into the slime or
yes,
I forget the other
I've
brand.
seen them. The new slimes are good, but the reason why I'm going Vive is just because I want the best and I want to choose the best. And if I can go for the best, I'm going straight.
It's the best and the most reliable.
I'm going straight for base station and
true.
3.0s.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Quality over quantity any day.
If I don't have to worry about, oh, my trackers are going to be subpar quality, I'm just I'm going straight for the best, straight for all reliable. Yeah.
I hear the slimes are a little difficult to set up too, and tundras as well. They all have different kind of quirks and faults about them.
Tundras are, it depends on the batch, right? And that's oh crap, what if I get a bad batch of tundras, Yeah. Vives have always been consistent.
You're right. Just stick with the Vive.
Yeah. Vives are always consistent. They're not that bigger than tundras. They're still pretty light. The 3.0s are much smaller than the original 1.0s if you compare them, so much smaller. They've improved it by a mile.
They were huge at one point, for sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself wearing the original ones, but definitely with the newer ones, they're the size of, I don't know, like a VR controller, maybe a little bit smaller.
Yeah, maybe even bigger. Yep. Did you know Miyu runs the 2.0s? So Miyu runs track strap pluses with 2.0.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder their movements are so smooth.
Yeah, so Miyu runs 2.0.
I feel like the Vive has the best movement. No, but that's
why,
right?
Sure. That's why Miyu is in VR for so long, or she can be, is because she has track strap pluses. Her trackers pretty much never die.
So they're what is it, like a double charge per tracker?
So track strap pluses are pretty much batteries under the mount, and then it has a little cable that connects to the tracker. It's a little 5,000 milliamp battery, so that pretty much gives your tracker so much extra battery.
I think I'm gonna have to go for that kind of setup too. I like spending a lot of time in here when I am in here.
Yeah, track strap pluses are, if you want to sleep in VR, you wake up in the morning and your trackers aren't dead. So if you want to sleep in VR, get track strap pluses. I think those are just,
Have you slept in VR before?
On accident, 35 times. We don't talk about it.
An accident.
It was an accident. I swear.
I haven't. So yesn't you have.
Okay. No, okay, no, I will describe I will describe an accident. So when we were at that one club, I forget
Okay.
what it's called, but we were all there and we were all sharks and it was really fun. And then Wylda was playing and Brohammer was there. I can't remember. It was
Could be Palace. Could be
it
Palace.
wasn't Palace. Do you remember that other place where there's that upstairs level and then there's multiple level floors and then you go up that like windy aquarium thing? Yeah.
The Cozy Home.
Yeah,
Sans
yeah,
Cozy
yeah.
Home?
Yeah, that one.
Or I know she has a Cozy Home, and then it's the other one that has the club in it, basically the one that
that one.
for
The club,
Hammer's birthday party. Yeah,
the club. Yeah, no,
Cozy Club or whatever.
We were there. Okay, I will describe. We were there before, and then we switched over to Palace. Remember?
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Okay, so we were there
We
first.
had to switch right during my set, and I do remember that being.
So we were there first, but at another time, this was not during Brohammer's party. So at another time, we were there the whole entire night. But I laid down for 10 seconds, and I woke up asleep, and everyone was gone.
I always wonder when people too are sleeping, and I seen a lot of people go up to them, and they're like, "Hey, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? What's going on? Hey, wake up!" And they're just like,
you know what's funny about half body? What's funny about half body is when you fall asleep, it's just this. You're just like that.
Yeah, usually.
You're just this, and you're just
some kind of head tilt. I've definitely gotten tired inside of here and felt like I wanted to go to sleep, but I usually end up taking the headset off and going to bed.
It's dangerous.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Yeah,
it is a little dangerous.
It's dangerous because
I've heard of some people like.
Yeah.
Part of the reason you're gonna say people kind of like get in positions and they start like not. I don't know. It sounds like they're not breathing correctly or something.
Or no, it's the fact of like having the headset on while you're sleeping. Like
it's heavy.
With your head like that for like an hour or so, or like if you accidentally fall asleep, it's too much weight weighing down your headset in that awkward position.
I remember a couple times actually there were some people who were asleep and making very strange noises. I mean, like beyond.
Oh, they forgot the mute. Oh no, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the worst. You forget the mute.
So people would go up to him and be like, "Hey, wake up!" Because it sounds like they're almost choking or something.
Yeah.
And I've heard that a couple times, and I can see where sleeping in VR could be a dangerous thing. But I've also heard like some people who go to really like nice relaxing worlds, and they're perfectly fine in their beds, and they fall asleep in here and wake up.
Oh yeah, like when I have full body, I'm definitely gonna try it sometime. Like I'm definitely gonna pull out my futon. I got a futon in the closet. I got a bunch of comfortable pillows. I'm fully wireless, so I'm just gonna get some Track Strap Pluses, my trackers, and I'm gonna be like, land on the. I really want to try it.
Let's go to sleep.
I really want to try it once at least.
Sounds fun. I might have to try it eventually myself.
But the only reason why I'm gonna have to be close to an outlet because I'm gonna have to plug my headset directly into the wall so it doesn't die overnight.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Well, I mean, when you're always cabled like me, I guess you can just stay plugged in.
Yeah, I have these hot swappable battery packs that I have.
I'm looking into
means,
the
right?
Bigscreen VR.
Of course, but with the hot swappable batteries, I have to keep changing them out. Like I have to remember to swap them out is the problem. So that's why for sleeping I would have to plug directly into the wall. But the Bigscreen Beyond wouldn't be a problem because you're tethered to your cable, PC VR headset, and it's very light. Like it'd be so comfortable to sleep in.
The new Quests are actually a lot smaller than the Quest 2.
The Quest 3 is still kind of chonker though.
Pretty lightweight.
A little bit. Yeah.
It is. Well, it's the whole thing. It's because it has to be, it's the interface and is in the headset. So, but man, I really want to try one of those big screen VRs, the basically goggle ones.
Yeah, it's not even a VR headset anymore. It's like glasses. Like VR goggles or glasses.
It seems like that. They definitely they're like the most comfortable one for DJs I've heard. I've known a couple DJs
also
that
because
say
you can just flip it up.
Them.
It's just because you could flip it up, and it's
exactly.
so easy to flip it up.
Well, it's like, and that's the thing. Yeah, especially when DJing, it's always gotta look, gotta move it, gotta adjust. Sometimes you're sweating.
So you could have it like partially flipped up, like you just easily one hand flip it up. DJ still being VR. Yeah.
That's the dream. That index trackers, full body,
Oh no, yeah,
index
I've seen Keebs do it
controllers.
too, right?
Oh
Keebs,
man.
he's DJing. He still has his knuckles on. He's DJing in VR, and it's
Yeah, I need me some of those knuckles.
yeah, no, they're all okay. Here's what my prediction. The Valve knuckles are good, but they are delicate, like a flower. You hit those things against the wall. Oh, that trigger is falling out. Oh, you drop that thing from 3 feet. Oh, that thing
Dang.
is falling out. They're very delicate. I personally would not use them for any other game other than VR chat. Um, I have Quest Pro controllers. I could do this. I could put them behind me. I could do this really well.
I have used the Quest Pro controllers and they're pretty
They're
awesome.
really
They're a
good.
little bit on
I
the
love
heavy
them.
side, but they feel like not heavy in a bad way. They feel like good quality
Very
heavy,
nice,
like they
yeah.
were built really nicely.
They're so fun to like. You're playing Beat Saber, right? Okay, but they're very nice of like swinging around in Beat Saber, like that type of weighty.
Oh yeah,
Like
they're
so
accurate.
nice.
They're accurate for Beat Saber for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things I have, they're not very good at anything. Beat Saber accuracy, they're very flimsy.
The thing,
But I'll tell you one thing: I have knocked these into the wall and into the roof like multiple times, and yeah,
haven't
they're like
broken.
still working perfectly fine.
So
No,
Quest Pro controllers are still delicate, but not nowhere near as the index knuckles. I've accidentally punched my wall before, and yeah, they haven't broken. If I did that with the knuckles, those things would be dismantled.
yeah, I
Yeah.
just love the open finger availability of the knuckles for like as far as DJing goes, and
Oh no, yeah, but I have those
these
with the
kind of get in the
pros.
way sometimes.
So I have them modded to where so I could do this. I have the index.
Okay, so yes, I do have straps for these too. I feel like straps are a must for any
Oh,
kind
it's
of
an
controller.
essential.
You gotta
It's
have
an
that
essential
extra
now.
hand capability.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, what I love about the pros, and totally not the reason why I got them, I could perfectly floss now.
See, yeah, that's where it's really terrible for me because as soon as I go past like a certain amount, tracking is
Oh,
gone.
yeah, look at
It's
this.
completely
Oh,
lost.
I could Naruto run.
Yeah, you know what? Well, look what I could do. You see this? This looks kind of weird, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, that was really weird.
Yeah, my hands are behind my back right now. But
Hey, guess
this
what?
is the best I can get.
Guess what? I can't
What?
wait. The first thing I'm doing with full body tracking is I'm going to a pug and I'm Naruto running around
EIP.
the whole pug.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
I'm Naruto running around the full pug. I would Naruto run around the full pug.
Okay. That's way more wholesome.
Or learn how to throw it back, because that's what Thrillseeker said. You gotta learn how to throw it back.
Oh yeah, Thrills. I like watching his videos. He's probably what the most popular,
the most
VR
reputable
content
tech
creator right
guy
now?
in all
Yeah.
of VR. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. His videos are high quality. He's always
Very straightforward,
informative.
very straight to the point.
He's not biased. He's not biased against anything. He's always gonna tell you what's good and what isn't good about it. So definitely, yeah, I love his content for sure.
Like I could be
I'm rarely on desktop mode, but I definitely have to spam spacebar a few times when I'm in desktop
no, but that's
mode.
the thing.
Just
Like
'cause.
I am still screaming and yelling on desktop mode, and people are like, "You are so energetic on desktop mode." I'm like, "Have you seen me in VR?" And they're like, and then it hits them in the mind. They're like, "Oh God, if you're this energetic on desktop, oh God, like, oh no, oh no."
I mean, in my opinion, bringing the energy here is definitely wanted. You know, people who are energetic here, it's always a great time to see.
Like I'm very expressive, but I want to see
I feel that, yeah. I'm usually the same way too. You'll constantly be seeing me like, bobbing my head to the music or some kind of bodily movement just because I'm excited to, be in the venue or excited to play at events. I'm like hyping myself up. So I'm constantly like kind of just, bobbing around and I feel the same way. I think it's cool. Kind of.
Yeah, or like honestly,
reminds
the
you,
most fun
that
thing
you're still connected.
when you're at when you're at a music event, you crank your headset to max, so it's like actually strapped to your head, and you just headbang.
Yes.
headbang.
Yes. That's I've actually multiple times at shelter have almost completely had my headset fly off my head.
Oh no,
and
you have to
catch
crank it.
midair.
You have to crank it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's I'm fortunate I have it on a tether because it has come off like once or twice, and kind of like the tether amount helps pull it back. Otherwise, it would have just flew off my head and probably
Into
crashed
the wall.
into something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, headbanging is a must.
No, we did that at Azil's birthday party. So at Azil's birthday party, we had so much banger DJs. But Azil and like my friend Shay and everyone's like, everyone, crank your headset dial. We're headbanging, and we got in a full circle, and it was so fun. It was so cool.
We got to get one of those going for the next
Oh,
event. Headbang circle.
At QCC, we're getting in a circle. We're telling everyone to crank that shit, and we're all headbanging. Yeah.
Let's go. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm going to end it off here. Cruz, thank you so much. This was a blast. That's the end of the episode. I'll see you all in the virtual world in the next podcast episode.